So the summer festival is off to a great start. Praise be to God. Literally, God parted all the rain. Truly wonderful, yes? Anybody come? Thank God. We had a virtual riot with the kids here, right? But when you come to the summer festival, you expect very, very tasty hand-cut fries, yes? And you expect lots of good live music, yes? And you expect the best people, yes? And you expect fun rides, yes? But you don't expect somebody walking around with a sign like this. So we have, last year and this year, we have some college students actually walking around with this sign, "How can we pray for you?" So you can only imagine the reaction, right? So some people see the sign, you can tell they glance at it, and they put their eyes down and just plow forward, yes? Other people, they literally make a left turn or a right turn, yes? But some people see the sign, and what do? They come forward and engage in the conversation. And the conversations have been truly, truly, truly lovely and beautiful. Everything from Matthew teaching a two-year-old, how to make the sign of the cross, to really beautiful, lovely conversations about prayer, about things that are going on in people's lives. Absolutely lovely. But think about this for a moment. If you're walking through the festival and you see somebody carrying this sign, you actually have a choice. You can plow right past, you can turn left or right, or you can enter in, if you will, to the conversation. It really takes two. One, so to speak, to knock at the door, and the other two, thank you. It takes one to, so to speak, knock at the door, and it takes the other two. It takes somebody to knock at the door, and the other two. And the power of the first reading today is the genius of the woman. Beautiful. Elisha, the prophet, so to speak, on behalf of God, literally knocking at the door. And what does she do? What does she do? And not just the door to her home, more importantly, the door to her heart. And in that moment, if you follow the storyline, everything changes for the woman. Her genius. She didn't plow forward. She didn't turn right or left. She didn't put her eyes down. What did she do? She not only opened her home, far more importantly, what did she do? She opened her heart. And in that moment, the Lord entered in, and as you hear the story, everything wonderfully, beautifully changes. Somebody's got to knock, but somebody's got to open. And that is the genius and the wisdom and the promise of the Lord all rolled into one. The gospel today gives us examples of people that are going to knock. Sometimes it's the Lord, sometimes it's people in need. But when we open our hearts to the Lord and to those that God places in our lives, in that moment, in that encounter, by God's grace, everything changes. A little 2-year-old learns to make the sign of the cross. People find help and hope and healing. And we are overwhelmed, as we sang beautifully in the psalm, by the goodness of the Lord. So you expect great French fries, yes? You expect live music, yes? You expect the best people, yes? You probably don't expect the sign. And it's a powerful, simple reminder that somebody's got to knock. What do you got to do? And for us at St. Ambrose, one of our charisms is radical hospitality. The first reading and the gospel today call us to radically open our hearts to the Lord. Now you could say, Father Bob, if it was as easy as this sign, it would be easy to do, yes or yes? It is. When you pray, it could be something as simple as, Lord, my heart is open to you. Repeat, Lord, my heart is open to you. And watch what God does next. Another example. Think about your relationships with your spouses, right? If you find your spouse standing like this, how open is that conversation going to go? It could be something as simple as, honey, let's talk. What's the line? Honey, let's talk. You get the idea? And how do we go into the week? Practicing radical hospitality. Somebody's got to knock. Somebody's got to. And when you open your heart to the Lord, everything in that moment of encounter, will change now and forever and ever.